on the 1,700 hectares that we've got, about 1,100 hectares of that is arable, and the rotation is predominantly first and second wheats, oilseed rape, and winter beans. We do put peas in the spring after a catch crop that the sheep graze over the winter, which seems to be working quite well. We have predominantly grade 2, grade 3 soils. We have brick earths down on the lower ground, and then that ground gives way to flintier soils up by the M2 as the ground rises up onto the North Downs. I think the opportunity to get involved was really interesting for me on the back of the situation we're in terms of trying to be more competitive, trying to reduce our cost of production, and I think most farmers are curious. They want to continually adapt and evolve, and certainly I'm the same. Part of the enjoyment of the job is bringing in new innovation and seeing how we can farm more cost effectively without sort of compromising our output. So there are quite a few multimedia applications out there by which we can communicate different ideas, and I think being a monitor farm is just another means of getting farmers together to discuss and interact with each other. And normally if I go to a meeting, I'll usually come away with one idea, and that's all you need really, just to spark the thought process about what you might change on your own farm. I think certainly in terms of challenges on the farm, obviously looking back to sort of 2011, 2012, we had certainly good commodity prices on the cereals. Since then, in the last 3 or 4 years, we've obviously been under a lot of pressure with the global supply of grain per se being very high after what has been two or three very good global production years for crops, and like everyone else, we've seen our prices come off in the region of probably £70-80 a tonne for cereals, and pulses have come down quite considerably as well. So against that backdrop of low commodity prices, we are looking very much at our fixed costs and our cost of production per tonne, and we feel we're quite competitive from that point of view. We've got the advantage of the economies of scale. Obviously we're combining somewhere over 2,500 acres, so that helps, but our cost of production for wheat, for example, we believe around £98 a tonne, and using that information with the other crops in programs such as Crop Bench is quite interesting for us, because it helps to tell us what our margins are and how we can improve further. What are we trying to get out of it? Well, we've changed our farming systems over the last 2 years, moved towards strip tillage, which we're doing now. So we've gone from a standard cultivation system to a non-inversion strip till situation, and with that it's a learning curve. There are other people out there on a similar journey doing the same thing, and I'm sure if we can invite them onto the farm to show us what stage we're at, we're going to benefit from input they may have. We're also looking at controlled traffic farming, which we've started on, and again there will be people out there with experiences as to how they've tackled some advancements in technology from that point of view. So there are a lot of innovative farmers out there, and it's just a good way of networking, and at the end of the day we're all really trying to strive towards very similar goals, so it makes sense to get involved.